And then second of all, amazing body workers who can help you out with massages, who can help you out with all sorts of different type of stuff. And then also really, really well-trained yoga instructors. So this particular retreat, we'll be doing a mixture of like yoga workshops. So there are these little lessons. We'll cover the 8 limbs of yoga because there are different styles from the stuff that we practice every day here. We'll get into some of the origins of those things. And it's a really fun way to get to connect with your community, hear from your Yogaville, your yoga family, and also have a relaxing weekend to yourself. So if you're interested in that, check us out online or talk to me after class. Now let's get going. Take a child's pose. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Take your first few breaths to get connected down through your palms, to press your tailbone back to the end of the mat, get length from your hips all the way up to your fingertips. See how long you can stretch here. That's it. Now take your fingertips, walk them off the right side of your mat. So stretch out your left side body. There you go. As you breathe in, picture inflating the space between each one of those ribs. Get as long as you can. Take another breath to really stretch it out. Then switch sides. Walk your fingers the opposite direction. Inhale, fill up all that space. Really create length in your side body. Exhale. One more time, breathe in. Stretch through your fingertips. On your exhale, come back to center. Let's move to downward facing dog. Take any movement that's calling to you here. Bend your right knee. Bend your left knee. Sometimes I like to drop my knees just 1 inch below the mat. Well, I guess above the mat, sorry. So bend your knees here, that's it. Now on your inhale, come high on your tippy toes in your down dog. Exhale, bend your knees, hover right above the mat. Inhale, come back up high on your tippy toes, press your sits bones back. Exhale, come to hover, last time. Inhale, back up. All right. Walk your feet up to your hands and take a halfway lift. Long, flat spine. Ragdoll. Press down through the 4 corners of your feet. Press your heels down. And then press the ball mound, the knuckle of your big toe into the mat. On your breath in, roll the whole way up to standing. Reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale your hands down to heart center. So we'll set our communal breath pace by starting class with 3 ohms. Take a breath in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Take your breath in, halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog on your inhale. Down dog, exhale. Take 2 breaths here in down dog. That's it. Breathe out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Breathe in and reach. Fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog on your inhale, down dog exhale. Take 2 breaths here. Press down through your pointer fingers into the mat. One more time, breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees. Hop, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold. Extended mountain, inhale. Fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Now set your gaze to the back of your mat. We call this drishti. Just choose one spot to look at. Breathe in, breathe out, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold. Extended mountain, drishti to the ceiling, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Keep your eyes at the same spot. Up dog, look to the ceiling. Down dog, look to the back of your mat. 2 breaths here. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Lift through your side body. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Move with your breath. Up dog on your inhale. Down dog, exhale. 2 breaths. Let's move to our last sun A, okay? So take a breath in. Exhale. Hop, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Last one, extended mountain. Reach. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. And then just like I promised, we'll move to sun B. So inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Stay. That's it. 3 breaths here. Sit as low as you can. Spread your fingertips. Sit 2 inches lower. You've got this. Last breath in. Fold on your exhale. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right side, warrior 1, stay. Get your back foot flat on the mat. That's it. Henry, you've got space to come deeper into that front knee. Oh, yeah, I know. There you go. This is what happens when we start to get to know each other. I get to know a little bit more about where the edge of your pose is. I think this is your last breath. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog, left side, warrior 1. Now challenge yourself here. Start to look for the stretch up the back side of your back leg. See if you can get so low in this lunge that your muscles start to shake. Stay for this last breath. Inhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Take 2 breaths. Now this time we'll flow through all the poses. So inhale, exhale, move. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Right side, warrior 1. Breathe into the pose. Exhale, come back out of the pose. Up dog, down dog. Left side, warrior 1. Inhale on your way up. Exhale, back down. Up dog, down dog. 2 breaths here. Take an inhale. Sigh it out. Yeah, move it one more time. Breathe in. Sigh out. Last breath. Inhale. Let it go. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose on your inhale. Fold, exhale. Half lift. Chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Right side, warrior one. Eyes to the ceiling, hands to the mat. Up dog, down dog. Left side, warrior one. Find the flow of the practice. Hands to the mat. Upward facing dog into downward facing dog. Take a breath in, open your mouth, breathe out. And let it go. Inhale, full exhale. Now feet to hands. I know, I surprised you with that one. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, all 10 toes up, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Right side, warrior one. Shoulders pulled back. Chaturanga. Good job, Jessica. I saw that. Up dog, down dog. Left side, warrior one. Right up into the pose, back out of it. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. And then I think we'll move through one more of these guys. So inhale, exhale, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Move with your breath. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Right side, warrior one. Land the foot. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Up dog, down dog, left side, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a breath in and out. And then reach your right leg up into the air. Yep, right leg up. Press the center of your heel straight up to the ceiling. See how long you can get from your fingertips all the way up through to your heel. Just go for a straight leg. That's it. Press that heel out really hard. Now, bend your top knee. Open your hip. Flip dog. That's it. Both feet come down. Nice job. Organize your feet so that you're pressing both feet straight down into the mat to lift your hips up. That's it. The harder you press down, the higher you can lift. Nice job. You've got it. Last breath here. Back over high plank to side plank. Okay. Now, here's your pro tip. Eyes to the ceiling. Now, you're going to put your drishti, your gaze, to one point. Reach your palm up towards that spot. Just focus on reaching up with your top hand. See if you can reach up hard enough that you can lift your top foot too. See if you've got it. Just for one breath. Hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. That's it. Big breath here. And then we'll go for the left side. You guys knew I was going to kick butt on my first class back after a while. Reach your left leg up into the air. But that's what we come here for, right? Like, you don't want to come to yoga and have it be boring. Stretch that heel up as high as you can go. Bend your top knee. Open your hip. That's it. Flip dog. Come over. Good stuff. Now, you got it from the first pose that we're pressing down through our heels to lift through your hips. Now see if you've got the space to open up through your left hand. That's it. You might even want to look at your left fingertips and picture pressing them farther out in front of you. See if you've got space to twist your chest open towards the ceiling. Yeah, that's it, Laura. Last breath. And back over. High plank, side plank. Now, you've got lots of options for your side plank. Make sure you're supported in the bottom, the foundation of this. Press your hand into the mat, and then your foot, your knee, whatever else is on the bottom. Press hard enough down that you can lift up. See if you've got that. Last breath here. Pressing down to lift up. Inhale. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. into downward facing dog. Nice job. Take your breath. Right side, crescent lunge. Here we go. Laura, take your feet a little wider on the mat there. Yeah, especially since that back corner wants to slide. Harold, you too, feet wide. Annette, I'm coming for you as well. Bring this front foot out towards the side of your mat. Oh, there it is. So get space, and I mean width in this pose, so you don't fall over. I used to fall over all the time. Now get low. This might cause more of a stretch in your back leg. It might just be a different way to feel out the pose. Just stay for the experience of your body here today. 2 more breaths. And you could do anything for 2 breaths. Last one. Hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Nice job. Land your elbow on your knees so that you can start to twist your chest open to the ceiling. Stay for 3 breaths here. Breathe in with your neighbors. For Adam, that's me here in the room. Last one, here it is. Inhale, stay for the exhale. Breathe in, rise up, crescent to warrior 2. Nice job. All right, get low in your front knee in warrior 2. I know, come down here. Set your gaze over your front fingertips. Come 3 inches lower than you thought you could. Extended side angle. See, that's the way to do it. You've got this. Bottom hand either to the ground or a block. Yeah, most of you guys have the ground. That's good. See if you've got the space to get a little bit lower in your front knee. I see that competitiveness, Kristen. I got you. Last breath. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Into down dog. Left side crescent lunge. Feet wide on the mat. Check it out. If you thought you had them wide last time, go wider this time. Yeah, and then come up onto your back tippy toes. Here, see your mom's back foot? Yeah, just like that. Now, low in that front lunge. Oh, yeah, that's it, Lauren. See if you've got more space to get low. Find the edge of the pose. Like, really, what's the deepest that you can take this? The biggest version of your expression today. That's it. Last breath. Hands to heart center and twist to the left. Now go for length in this pose. So that means bringing attention to your back leg. Hug skin to muscle to bone. Press out through your back heel to get as much space as you can in the pose. Last breath. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Over to warrior 2. Nice. Drishti over your front fingertips. This is my least favorite pose in the whole practice. It's the pose where my body really starts telling me, okay, we're doing hard work here. Come lower into your front knee. Find all the challenge that you've got in this practice. Feel the heat, the tapas in your body. Might be in the form of sweat. Now take extended side angle. So for all my friends here in extended side angle, yeah, see what space you've got. If your fingertips are really close to the ground but not quite there yet, see if you can take the lunge a little bit lower. Nice job. Stay for 1 more breath, okay? Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Move through up dog with your breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose, round 1. Here we go. Weight into your heels. Sit your hips low, heart high. Take your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Nice job. Now, get your hips even lower here. So you're looking to sit your hips low enough that they actually sit below your heart. Yeah, that's it. If you've got another version of this pose that you're taking on, good stuff. 2 more breaths. That's it for everybody. Last breath here. On your inhale, rise to chair. Exhale, fold. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat. Let your head drop. Pointer fingers around your big toes. That's okay. You can let the sweat drip. It's fine. It is hot yoga. One of the dangers of it is that, yes, you are going to sweat. And that's fine. Let it be. Use this time to focus on your breath, taking long, steady exhales. This is like a relief pose, a pose where you get to recharge your battery for the rest of this practice. Now, like whatever you need to get through the rest of it, this is the moment to find that. Whether you need strength, whether you need power, energy, whatever it is, this is your moment. Take it with you. Chair pose, round 2. Yeah, you've got it. Set up chair pose, base pose here. Heels into the mat. Hips low, heart high. Spread your fingertips. Hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Now, for variations, yeah, you can get up into bird of paradise. I know some of you guys are going for that today. If not, I just want you to focus on sitting down in your hips. That's it. And then start to draw this right knee backwards. So put a little energy into pulling your right knee back. I know that's hard sometimes. Jason, you've got it too. Pull your right knee back. Last breath here. Inhale, rise, chair pose. Fold. Feet wide on the mat. Tuck your palms underneath your toes and let your head drop down. Focus on your breath. Let your breath be easy. Let it provide consistency in your practice, support for your practice. Crow. Head or handstand variations can be here if that's what you're looking for, but crow pose. Palms on the mat, knees to the back of your forearms as a little shelf. And then you start to place your weight into your hands and lift your toes up. Yeah, I know that's a lot easier to say than it sounds. Nice job. Bend your elbows. That's it. That's really going to provide the shelf here. Hug your belly up and in. Last breath. Chaturanga. Nicely done. Upward facing dog into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. I know some of you guys know where I'm going with this already. Chair pose. Yeah, you got to hit chair pose. I know. Sit 4 inches lower. Sit another 3 inches lower. 2 more inches lower. Sit down onto the mat and roll the whole way back. I was going to say, I'm not sure any of us were actually that high off the ground. So we're going to do reclined equanimity today. And the reason that I do this is because equanimity is all about your core. But sometimes we lose that when we're standing. We're just focusing on staying upright. So that's why I like to do equanimity on my mat. Lay on your back. We'll go for right side eagle. So your right arm wraps under your left and right leg over top of your left. What's most important in this pose is pulling your elbows up high and then making sure your shins are parallel to the floor. So they should hover just flat. Nice. Now, press your knees together. So your top leg is hugging down, bottom leg presses up. What this is going to do is engage your lowest, your deepest core muscles. That's it. Now breathe. Just 2 breaths here. One more time. And switch sides. Left arm under, left leg over. That's it. Eagle. Nicely done. Flex your feet. Nice. Now press through your thighs. Hug your elbows together. All of this activating your core muscles. Keep your lowest back down on the mat. If I were to drop a weight right on top of your belly button, that's the same spot that would press down onto the mat. Last breath. Switch sides. Right arm under, right leg over. Now we're going to add a little variety to these guys. Spice it up, okay? So shins parallel to the mat. That's it. We're going for some little yogi crunches. So elbows to knees. That's it. Crunching up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Left arm under, left leg over. Last one. Here you go. Set the pose up. Flex your feet. Now crunches for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, knees into your chest. Nice job. Rock head to toe 3 times. We're going to come onto all fours now. So what we'll move into is a variety of airplane. So on all fours on your mat, shoulders over top of your hands, hips over top of your knees. Now you're going to extend your right arm and your right leg. And your left leg. You cannot do it on the same side. To be clear, you will fall over. Now, what I want you to focus on is pulling your belly button up into your spine. So you don't want to look like this, where your hand is up super high and your foot's up high, or like this, where you're arching your spine. Try to get a straight line from your fingertips all the way to your heels. That's it. Really press out, side to side. That's it. Hug up and in through your belly button right there. Switch sides. That was it. Good adjustment. Left side. Left arm out, left leg out. See? Equanimity here is all about your core. Hug your front ribs into center. Pull your belly button up towards the ceiling. That's it. And that really, that's a good adjustment there. Last breath. Both feet down. Okay. We're going to move for dancer. Staying on all fours, your right hand is going to grab your left foot. From here, press your foot back into your hand and pull up for dancer. So it's your opposite hand to your opposite foot. Adam, are you getting that at home? Yes, good stuff. That's it. Look for side-to-side connection here. Nice job. Flex your top foot if you got a little space for it. Press back through your knee. Press back through your shin. Front ribs still hug together. Nice job. Last breath. Switch sides. So left hand back to your left ankle, to your right ankle, and then press back. So this side-to-side connection that you've got going right here, so your left shoulder to your right knee, that actually engages both hemispheres of your brain. Since your right hemisphere commands your left side of your body, and the left hemisphere commands your right side. So you're also getting a little brain workout. Switch sides. Second set. So right hand back, left foot. I know, equanimity being all about the core work here. So if you're really going to support your low back in this pose, your belly has to hug up and in. Front ribs hug together. That's it. Last breath. Switch sides. Left hand back to the right foot. That's it. Nice job. Here, Laura, see if you can switch your hand the opposite way. Yeah, holding the interior way on your foot. Nice job. Now activate that back foot. Press it back real hard. Last breath. Back down. Nice job, guys. We'll move to half moon. One of my favorites. This is a tricky one. We're going to start on our right side, but I'm going to demo on my left. Okay? So your right forearm goes down onto the mat. Your back foot is acting as a kickstand to reach your left hand up and then your left leg up. What you really got to focus on is your front ribs hugging into center and then pressing your low belly back. Half moon. This is a real balancing exercise. Nice job. Extend your raised foot. Really pressing back. Look up to your top fingertips if you can. I know it's a little more intense that way. Reach through your top hand. Switch sides. Nice job. All right, so left side down now. Forearm to the mat. Back foot acts as a kickstand. Reach up. Front ribs hug in. Low belly hugs back. Just like you're getting pulled backwards by a string connected to your belly button. Last breath. Feet down. All right, guys. I think we've had a good time. Lay the whole way back onto your mat. From here, we're going to move to tree pose on our mat. So this is what it's going to look like. Whoop. Breaking my battery pack. Lisa will not be happy about that. Take your foot to your inner thigh, your inner shin, or your inner ankle. Now, what I want you to make sure you do is keep that thigh up off the ground. So the one on your bent leg. Don't let that lay on the mat. What this will make you do is engage your bottom leg. So flex this foot, then hug your thigh into your foot and press your foot into your thigh. So you really got to make the hug into center line here. That's it. So lay the whole way back. Yeah, you got it. And the more you do this, just press in there. Nice job. Take some breaths. Ooh, I liked that. Interlace your fingers and reach them above your head. Listen, you guys sometimes give me the variations for these poses. You don't even know that. Hug your front ribs into center. Let your low belly hug down to the mat. Flex your extended leg, the straight one, hug. Switch sides. Even tree pose here is an ab exercise. Foot to your inner thigh, your inner calf, or your inner ankle. Now, activate your extended leg. Flex your the extended foot. Now, press thigh into foot and foot into thigh. Yeah, reach both hands up overhead. Create length in this pose, just like you would if you were standing. Front ribs hug in together. Low belly pressing down towards the mat. That's it. Last breath. All right. Hug your knees into your chest. Let's rock 3 times. And then we'll make our way into downward facing dog. Nice job. You don't have to go through your vinyasa like chaturanga. You can just go to down dog. From down dog, move to right side triangle. Yep, so right foot up between your hands. Nicely done. Now, looking for your front leg to be about 90% straight. That last 10%, I just want you to soften your front knee a little bit. Bring a little bend to it. That's it. Bring a little softness there. There, that's just like that. Now look up to your top fingertips. Feel your feet press into the mat. They're the foundation of this pose. They're the strength of it. Press actively through the ball mound of your big toe. Like I want you to press so hard through that toe, like you're going to press down through your mat, through the ground, into the earth, if that was possible. I mean, if it is, you are a superhuman, and I'll accept that answer. On your next breath in, rise to standing. We'll take side facing, wide-legged, forward fold. That's it. Inhale and fold forwards. Bring some softness to your knees, a little bend here. And check that your big toes are facing in towards your head instead of outwards to the ends of your mat. So tuck your toes in. Nice job. Let yourself get as deep in the fold as what you can. You've got 2 more breaths. Just explore the pose. Last one. On your inhale, rise to stand. And then we're going to flip towards the back side of your mat. So from the side facing wide-legged forward fold, point your back foot for coming to triangle the opposite direction. See? Yep. I know some of you are facing a wall. That's okay. It's probably the first time you've done this in a yoga class. That's all right. You've got this. Triangle. Come the whole way down. I have to say, it really discombobulates you the first time you're like, oh, I'm doing this pose, what feels like backwards on the mat. Your body has probably done this a few times. Maybe you're new to the practice and it's your second time doing it, but you'd pretty much know how to get there until you're told to do it just like a little different this time. Stay for your last breath. On your inhale, rise. Now, walk to the head of your mat. Take extended mountain, breathe in, reach. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift on your breath in. Chaturanga, breath out. Upward facing dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. From downward facing dog, roll out into your high plank, nice and slowly. Front ribs hug to center. Hug your lowest belly, your belly button up and in like it's attached to a string, attached to the ceiling. Lower the whole way down onto the mat. Nicely done. All right. Locust pose. Some of you guys are still racing to the bottom here. All right. Press your hands back. Lift up. Locust pose. Round 1. Nice job. Go for length in this pose. Keep your chin tucked so you're looking at the top of the mat. Just go for length. It's a little bit of lift, a lot of length. Come back down. Knees side to side, or you can just choose to stay still. Locust pose, round 2. Press, lift, inhale, locust. Keep the breath moving in this pose. It's going to help strengthen all those ab muscles that we just discovered we had in equanimity. Stay for a breath in. Come back down. Now you can tick-tock your knees side to side. Floor bow. Hands to the outer edges of your ankles. Shins press back, feet flexed. Floor bow, round 1. That's it. Stay for a deep breath in. Yeah, press your shins back here to lift up through your chest. Inhale, back down. Knees side to side. Round 2. Hands by your outer ankles. Shins press. So your legs are actually doing the work here. Your hands just hold on to your legs. Your legs are making this lift happen. Last breath, back down. Knees side to side. Upward facing dog. Hands on the mat, press down and lift. Breathe in. Knees come down. Let's do camel. Just one today. So set camel up. Toes tucking underneath of your feet. Hands where your back pockets would be if you were wearing jeans, which is, by the way, not recommended for yoga class, but yes, you technically can do it. Shoulders back, lift up through the center of your chest, and let your head drop back. If you're feeling like, okay, yeah, we got camel here, the next step for you in this pose might be reaching back towards your ankles and letting your head drop further. Keep breathing. On your next inhale, rise up and out of the pose. Sit onto your ankles. I like to take a breath here. Inhale, big breath out. Roll onto your back. We're going to move into bridge pose. Heels press into the mat, hips come up, bridge round 1. Nice job. Press down, lift up, bridge pose. Yeah, you've got it. Get your shoulders tucked underneath of you. Make that priority 1 in this bridge pose. You can interlace your fingers underneath of your back if you have space, and then really press your fingers down towards your heels. That's it. Yeah, you might have to like wobble back and forth a little bit to try to tuck your shoulders under. Do that funny sort of thing we do. Come back down. All right, knees side to side. Release your low back. And then we'll go for bridge round 2. Press, lift, move, bridge. So just like we did before, this time focusing on your legs and your feet. Press your heels into the mat. Press the ball mounds of your big toes down into the mat. Shoulders stay tucked. Come back down. So you get to choose bridge pose just like this for the next 3 poses, or move to wheel. So you'll see there's a little pattern to these poses. Get ready, set, go, press, lift, move, bridge or wheel round 1. In the pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back down. Inhale on the mat. Exhale, press, lift, move, up, bridge or wheel round 2. That's it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin, come back down onto the mat. Inhale, exhale, press, lift, move, round 3. This is it, last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin back down. Take Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Take a moment to acknowledge yourself for showing up today, however that was. Like you successfully made it onto your mat for a class. You did it. You did the hard thing. Acknowledge your body for showing up today, however it did, whatever it did, however the poses looked. Acknowledge this body, because this body is able to do some really incredible things. Now, like it shows up for you every time you're on the mat. It showed up for you today. Take happy baby. So hands by the outer edges of your feet. If you want to know why you should take that moment to acknowledge your body, it's because, let me tell you, if you showed up with the same exact body every single day to class, you would never return. It's actually no fun. Your practice becomes uninteresting. It's boring. Your body coming to practice and being different. Yeah, like having new flexibility, having new difficulties, new challenges. All of that is what keeps your practice interesting. And if you let your body be the interesting part of the practice instead of the problem that the practice is here to solve, suddenly there's so much more opportunity. Bring both feet up to 90 degrees. Fingertips behind your ears. We're going to do some little crunches up towards our toes. 4, 10. That's it. 9, 8, 7, 6 feet. Flex. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your fingertips behind your ears. Drop your shins to parallel with the mat. Now, I want you to find the space from your lowest ribs. Feel that on the mat, down to the tops of your hips. This little rectangle is going to remain on the mat, okay? You're moving your upper body and your lower body only to accomplish this. We're going for yogi bicycles. Go slow. Inhale, one elbow to one knee. Exhale, switch. Breathe, switch. Breathe, switch. That's it. Feet flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock back and forth 3 times. We're going to land. Last one is boat pose. So come right up here in your boat. Take an inhale, feet high. Exhale, low boat. Breathe in, back up, high boat. Exhale, low boat. 2 more times. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. 1 more time. Breathe in. Go low. Stay. Inhale, come back up. All right. Knees to your chest. Rock back and forth. We're going to make our way to right side half pigeon. I know, I had to make up my mind there where we were going next. Right side half pigeon. So through your downward facing dog. Nice job. So what you might find is a little help here is a block underneath of one of your hips, specifically your right hip in this pose. Here, so if you lift on this side, just come up a little higher. I'm going to scooch this right under there, and that's just a support for you. That's it. Keep breathing. As you start to feel all the sensations that come with this pose, know that that's your body keeping the practice interesting for you. I know that's not so much fun to do. Here, lift up through this hip a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. Just to keep your center of gravity right in the middle. Keep the breath moving. If you really want to know something about the poses, specifically about the edge of your practice, there's one really good way to define that edge. If you can stick with your Ujjayi breath, and yeah, that might be pretty conscious. You might have to think about the breathing. But if you can stick with it, then you're still within the edge of the pose. That's good stuff. When you find yourself out over the edge of the pose, yeah, sometimes that looks like falling out of the pose, but sometimes it can also look like a pose that you no longer feel like you can breathe in. Sometimes if you have that feeling, that's how you know, oh, I'm over the edge. Let's maybe pull this back a little bit. Try it again in a different way. Switch sides. Left side half pigeon. Bring your blocks with you. Move it over to the left side so that you're really keeping your center of gravity right over the middle of your body. Good way to check this out is to see that you're not dropping into one hip or dropping over to the other. Your body should be like right in the middle of your mat. That's good. Adam, flex your foot. Yeah, that's it. For everybody, flex your foot on that left leg. Sometimes finding the edge of the pose, or like bringing a new vitality or aliveness to a pose just means like bringing energy to the extremities, your feet, your hands. Oftentimes when I find that I'm no longer paying attention to my practice, These are the spots where I can get present again. So if I'm paying attention to flexing my feet, then I'm paying attention to my body. If I'm paying attention to pressing my palms into the mat, then I'm present and aware of this moment, like what's going on right here. Take a nice deep breath in, sigh it out. On your next breath, come back to downward facing dog. I like this. Jessica, I think you've got a good idea here. Reach your right leg up into the air, bend your top knee, open your hip, create some space, reach, and switch sides. Bring your left leg down, bring your right leg into the air. Bend your top knee, open the hip, stretch it on out. Bring both feet down. Come down onto your knees, and then onto your sits bones. We'll go for seated forward fold. So both legs out in front of you. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, fold towards your toes. You want to do this with a flat spine. So this is going to feel like drawing your shoulder blades down towards your hips. And sometimes for this forward fold, you might need to bend your knees a little bit more. That's good stuff. I can, by the way, reach my toes, but I really don't think that's a super effective way to do this practice. So instead, what I do is I bring my hands to the outsides of my shins. From here, I create what I call little hand tents. Hand tents. Thank you. Hand tents. Press your fingertips down so that you can then pull your shoulders blades back. This really lets me lengthen and straighten my spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, see if you can get a little deeper in that fold. Maybe you walk your fingertips forwards. Keep your feet flexed here. Yeah, that's it. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it go. Roll the whole way up to seat and roll back. We're going to take fish pose. So blocks, the long skinny edge is going to sit right between your shoulder blades at the top of your back for fish pose. And that's it. Here, so then I got you. No worries. That's it. Good stuff. So if you're using a block for fish pose, take your hands wide to a T and flip your palms up towards the ceiling. Look for stretch and opening all across your chest. Yeah, you've got this. Drop your head down here. If your head doesn't quite reach the mat, you're going to toss a little block under there. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Exhale. Breathe in. Sigh. Point your toes. Look for all the space that you can create across your chest. When you spend all day working at a laptop or looking at your phone, looking at your iPad, we start to develop something that we call tech neck, where your head and your neck slowly start moving forwards in your everyday positions, and your shoulders create this hump in the middle of your spine. This pose can help counteract that. So if you spent a really long day looking at all your devices, I highly recommend doing this for just a minute or two at home. It really can help counteract some of those like long-term effects. Now, how you get out of this pose is as important as how you get into it. Use one of your hands, take it underneath your head, and then use the strength of your arm to help roll you off the side of your block. That's it. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's a little harder to get. So you're rolling basically right to your right or right to your left. Remove your block out from under you. Let's get upside down. Shoulder stands, waterfall, headstands, handstands, forearm balances, all options available. Get your hips above your heart. Flex your feet, press your heels straight up to the ceiling. Hug your low belly up and in. For my shoulder standers, move to plow. That's it. Adam, hug your front ribs into center. That's it. Lift the front of your pelvis up and let your tailbone descend. I guess that would be the opposite in this case since you're upside down. Plow, move to deaf yogis. Adam, you can go take a child's pose really quick. For everyone, slowly roll your way back down onto your mat. Hug your knees, both of them, up into your chest. Let them rock to the left side of your body, eyes over your right shoulder for supine twist. Drop your knees to the left, eyes to the right. Hug your knees up into center. Shavasana. Let your legs and arms go long, eyes closed. Take a breath in and exhale, sigh it out. Bring some movement back to your toes and back to your fingers. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock to your right side. Place your forehead on the mat. Rise up to a seated position. Inhale, reach up. And on your exhale, drop your hands down to your heart. We'll close class today with just one Om. Take a breath in Bring your thumb knuckles up to forehead center. Together, we bow our heads and we say, Namaste. Thanks, everybody. It was great to see you. Thanks for coming to practice. It was great to see you all. And again, if you're interested in joining us for the Himalayan Institute retreat coming up on September 15th through 18th, check it out online at our website or talk to me after class.